Module Overview. This module explores the expansive and influential realm of visual culture, focusing on how visual experiences, images, and media shape human perception, cultural values, political ideologies, and aesthetic judgments. In an age saturated with imagery from smartphones and billboards to cinema and virtual reality, understanding the language and power of the visual is not only central to art education, but also essential to contemporary citizenship. Visual culture studies go beyond traditional fine art boundaries to analyze images as cultural artifacts, dissecting their meanings, production, dissemination, and consumption across diverse platforms. This module critically examines how media technologies ranging from photography and film to digital networks, memes, and virtual environments interact with power, identity, representation, consumerism, and global consciousness. Defining visual culture. Visual culture refers to the study of visual phenomena in culture, encompassing images, objects, spaces, and technologies that communicate meaning visually. It includes artworks, paintings, sculptures, installations, mass media, TV, film, advertisements, social media. Design and architecture, popular visual artifacts, comics, video games, fashion, memes. Everyday imagery, street signs, emojis, interfaces. Visual culture challenges the hierarchical distinction between high art and low or popular culture by treating all visual materials as culturally meaningful and worthy of critical attention. Visual literacy and interpretation. Visual literacy is the ability to read, interpret, and analyze images with the same criticality as texts. It includes understanding form and composition, color, line, texture, perspective, symbolism and metaphor, cultural codes and conventions, context and audience reception. It also involves identifying ideological messages embedded in imagery such as gender roles in advertising, national identity in propaganda, stereotypes in films or cartoons, consumer appeals in product packaging. Mass media and visual persuasion. The module investigates how mass media, particularly photography, cinema, television, and digital platforms, use visuals to persuade, construct narratives, and generate desire. Key concepts include one spectacle, Guy Debord, a society increasingly shaped by images rather than direct experience. The visual becomes a tool of commodification and distraction. 2. Simulacra and simulation, Jean Baudrillard. Visuals no longer represent reality, but become hyperreal copies without originals. Think of reality TV, AI-generated influencers, or virtual fashion. 3. The male gaze, Laura Mulvey. Media often presents women as objects of heterosexual male desire, reveals gendered power dynamics in image construction. 4. Encoding, decoding, Stuart Hall. Producers encode meanings into media. Audiences actively interpret and may resist or reinterpret them. Globalization, visual flow, and cultural hybridity. In a globalized world, visual culture is transnational and shaped by satellite TV and internet, global brands and ads, migrating aesthetics, e.g. K-pop visuals, Afrobeat music videos, cross-cultural remixing, hybridity in fashion, memes, and films. This leads to cultural convergence, but also visual colonization, where dominant visual styles, often Western, suppress local traditions or reinforce cultural stereotypes. Image politics and power structures. Images are not neutral. They are used to construct, enforce, and resist social hierarchies. Key issues in this area include propaganda, visuals as tools of persuasion and control, representation, who is visible, who is erased, race and visuality, images shaping racial identities and biases, surveillance, visual tracking in public and digital spaces, censorship and visual control, government and corporate influence on visual narratives, case studies, use of visual art in apartheid resistance, e.g. posters by Medu Art Ensemble, memes as political satire and protests, e.g. Hong Kong, Nigeria's End SARS, deepfakes and misinformation, digital culture, memes, and visual ecology. The digital era has birthed a new visual language. The mimetic culture, emojis, filters, and GIFs are forms of expression that combine humor, critique, identity formation, and virality. Students will analyze internet aesthetics, glitch art, vaporwave, lo-fi visuals, influencer branding and image curation, visual storytelling on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, AI-generated, and algorithmically recommended visuals. These practices raise questions about authenticity, attention, value, and authorship in visual creation and circulation. Visual culture in the art world. Contemporary art both critiques and contributes to visual culture. Artists challenge visual norms by subverting mass media imagery, exposing systems of surveillance and capitalism, creating counter narratives around race, gender, and migration. Examples: Barbara Kruger, text-based art critiquing consumerism and patriarchy; Jenny Holzer, truisms in public spaces; Kahinda Wiley, repainting classical poses with modern Black subjects; Nam June Paik, early video art exploring technology.